They pay a lot to people who can, I am telling you, there is nothing that gives the best feeling in the world. Then in this video, I'll be talking about 5 real ways for you to make money as a college student. आपने YouTube पे बहुत सारे वीडियो देखे होंगे about how can you make money. I'll tell you honestly, most of them are probably scams. Most of them probably don't work for you. Most of them require you to put in money first before you get money in return. But worry not, in this video, I have my co-founder from my marketing agency, Saransh, and in this one, we'll be talking about all the real ways through which we have made money and ways in which you can also start earning as a college student completely from scratch as a beginner. If that sounds good, make sure that you hit the like button and let's talk about it. Saransh, how did you start making money as a student? Tell me your age, your standard, and then what were you really doing to make money? And why did you want to make money?
So, why I wanted to make money, I think तो philosophical सा question है because as a student I think given that I didn't used to get any pocket money as such, it was like कि कुछ ज़रूरत है तो फिर आकर के बता दो and you'll get the money for it अगर वो reasonable है. But I had unreasonable expenses as well. It can be as simple as पानी पूरी खाना, राइट? रोज पानी पूरी खाने के लिए घर से पैसे नहीं मिलने वाले. So this journey of making money started unknowingly, when I started creating memes back in 11th class. So I was around 15-16 years old at that time. So after a point of time, someone reached out to me and he said that, can you create memes for my company? And I was like, sure. And I started getting paid for it. So I made my first few thousand rupees out of that. And I think that was the first time I made some money. The second time I think I did was back, after I got in college. So I got to know about Chegg. So Chegg is basically a website where, there are a lot of these academic question answers, right? So I was a maths expert in Chegg. So initially I wanted to do that for Merit Nation, to be honest, because I used Merit Nation.
Ad भी था ना उसका, meritnation.com.
हाँ, वो लड्डू वाला ad.
लड्डू. मेरे बेटे के आए हैं 95.5%.
School made easy.
So I used Merit Nation when I was in I think 7th standard. I think first few videos free रहते थे, question and answers were.
So is it free to become an expert on Chegg? How?
To be honest,
how is the process?
I couldn't figure that out. So I got in touch with their customer support and all that, but they were not really very helpful. So I ended up becoming a Chegg expert. That made me a few thousand rupees. Again, that didn't make me a lot of money. It was very, very effort intensive. At least advanced maths was very effort intensive. I think a lot of my friends, they were chemistry experts, and chemistry is very lucrative, right? So basically you can answer most of the questions on the go, organic chemistry for example. So I think a lot of my friends made more money out of that. But again, after a point of time, I started interning at a company. It was a bootstrapped company, and I worked there for a few months. And
that is the third way to make money.
That is the third way to make money.
How much did you make from Chegg?
A few thousand, as I said. So I, to be honest, didn't really put in a lot of effort because I found कि 1-2 घंटा काम करके 150 रुपए मिल रहा है. So advanced maths wasn't the right subject, to be honest, but at the same time I wasn't good at chemistry. As I said, the third way is to intern, which made me more money than anything else because it was a retainer thing and I wasn't getting based on
internship करी थी?
So it was a company called Vise. It was a bootstrapped company, and for that I was doing social media management where I was creating content. I was posting it on Facebook and Instagram. So it was a little bit of some creative strategy. Then there was some graphic designing, and then there was the social media part. So I was getting paid about 7,000 a month in the beginning. Later on it was reduced to 5,000 because my commitments increased after the college started, and I managed to save around 50,000 by the time that Flipkart का Big Billion Days
आया, and
उसके पहले, and I got myself a laptop which I still use. So yeah, I think those were the 3 ways that worked out really well for me. Market के बारे में तो हम लोग बात
करते हैं उसके बारे में. But guys, what happens is, बहुत सारे कंपनीज होती हैं जो सोशल मीडिया पे खुद की एक ब्रांड प्रेजेंस बनाने की कोशिश करती है, राइट? फॉर एनी कंपनी इफ दे कैन हैव अ सोल अटैच टू द ब्रांड, राइट? जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल वी नो दैट जोमैटो के जो भी नोटिफिकेशन आते हैं इट्स ऑलवेज वेरी क्वर्की, हमेशा कुछ फन होता है उसमें. सो पीपल who can become the face of the brand, right, are valuable to the brand, right? They pay a lot to people who can record those videos, who can create those pieces of content for them. For example, right, just because of me making videos, I got like what 2,000-3,000 subscribers the mere us point pe. Someone from a YC back startup just reached out to me asking, would you be interested in recording videos for our channel as well, right? And that one email, one collaboration led to me working with them and making over 100 videos on their platform, on their YouTube channel. It was just a video in which I was talking about the job openings in certain companies, and I used to get paid for that per video basis. It wasn't like an internship, it was a per video retainer that I was a part of. So again, this is very subjective. It depends if you are able to communicate well. It depends if you have like a decent place to sit and record videos. But this can be one great way to make money by being a video presenter for a lot of brands, right? So this is a very real way to make money. I have a lot of my friends as well who are working in this space, and they can easily make 500 rupees to 1,000 for every single reel that they end up shooting for any brand out there who wants to expand their reach on social media. So this would be the fourth way to go for it.
In fact, when we started MarketUp, the idea was on the similar lines, right? We wanted to create a lot of content for multiple brands, but what we realized later on was that there aren't a lot of people who are actually doing it, right? So we were having a lot of trouble finding freelancers who would do that. So I think there's not a lot of competition out there as well. You'll just have to make sure that you reach out to the right people and pitch your ideas, pitch your communication skills, whatever logistics you can manage.
बहुत simple है. This is very simple. कोई भी आप startup को देखो that recently got funded, उसको search करो LinkedIn पे, look at the people who are working. वहाँ पे company page पे जाके go to people's tab and look at the people who are working. Go for the marketing roles, growth roles, and start reaching out to them, saying that hey, can I be of some help to you? Let me know. These are my skills. Would love to get on a call and understand how can we explore a synergy over here. Just write that, right? इस तरह से you will start reaching out to a lot of companies. हर दिन you will find multiple articles, news of companies getting funded right, left and center. Reach out to them and you will definitely find opportunities as a video presenter or even as someone who can write content, witty content for them that gets shared.
As long as it is creative, you can get
Exactly. So that's you doing creative work. That could be either through your spoken, through video, or written in the form of articles, tweets, any of that sort of stuff. And the last one is what we've observed at MarketUp while working with creatives. That is designers as well as video editors.
Right.
Saransh.
So I think there's a never-ending demand, considering the fact that creator economy is booming, social media platform, everyone wants to be there. There's a lot of content that is gonna go out, and the kind of people who can make money out of it are graphic designers and video editors, right? So at MarketUp, what we have realized is that a lot of people know how to use softwares, but they don't have that creative thought process कि अच्छा यहाँ पे इस टाइप का edit कर सकते हैं या फिर something of that sort. So I think that is something which needs to be built. It will take some time. There would be a learning curve. It would not be like कि आपने एक video editing का course देख लिया and since you know the software, you know how to edit a video from scratch, right? There needs to be a lot more thought that needs to be put into it.
जैसे अगर आपने कोर्स कर लिया about Adobe Photoshop तो आपको लग रहा है कि आप डिजाइनर बन गए हो, बट अगर आपको अभी भी कोई यूट्यूबर आके बता रहा है कि थंबनेल ऐसा बनाओ, ऐसा ही बनाओ, स्पून फीड कर रहा है, दैट मीन्स कि आपको अभी तक वो साइकोलॉजी समझ में नहीं आई बिहाइंड व्हाट क्रिएट्स अ गुड डिजाइन, क्लिकेबल डिजाइन, अपील जो होती है उसकी, राइट? सो दैट मीन्स दैट यू नीड टू इवॉल्व एज अ डिजाइनर, बी मोर देन जस्ट अ डिजाइनर इफ यू रियली वांट टू become the best and make the top bucks, right? The guy who makes thumbnails for Mr. Beast, he makes $5,000 to $10,000 for every single thumbnail he makes, right? That's a lot of money if you ask me, right? For just one thumbnail, and he charges that much because he knows what works and because he is working with people who can pay them that much as well,
right?
So you need to be number one in a circle of people who can pay you the money, right? Never go to the door of a beggar or some poor person and ask कि पैसे दे दो. They will not be able to pay. And secondly, you need to be more than just the designer who knows Adobe Photoshop, or editor who knows just Premiere Pro or Final Cut Pro. Learn the underlying skill set, which is understanding the psychology, knowing how to retain an audience when they are watching a video completely. And that will make you the ninja editor or ninja designer.
I think the thing you mentioned, right? Don't go to someone who can't pay you a lot, right? That is something I disagree with. I believe that even if there is someone who is not paying you a lot, it is still okay to go ahead and
In the starting.
in the beginning, yeah, because
For the
the
experience.
learning curve is going to be there, right? You're going to learn a lot more things. And I think at the same time, it is very important to make sure that you don't settle for that, right? Otherwise, you are going to end up wasting all the potential that you have. So I think, yeah, that is something I'd like to add there.
Absolutely. That was a video. These were the 5 real ways through which you can make money as a college student and pay your own college fees. I am telling you, there is nothing that gives the best feeling in the world than paying your college fees, number 1. And number 2, buying your own MacBook or any laptop for that matter. He bought his own laptop, he feels good, that he's able to sustain himself, and that is the best feeling that you will have. Get started. There will be tons of videos in the description that you can watch around video editing, graphic designing, social media marketing that he talked about, creating memes. We've not made a video on that, but you need to get started with all of these, and I hope that you try out. Please make sure that you click a screenshot of this video and share the one lesson that you learned from this whole conversation on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, and tag us so that you can share it with other people as well. If you have any questions, you can let me know about that in the comments as well. Thanks a lot for watching this video. I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.